Welcome back to the channel Coins Buyers, Coin Lovers and Treasure Seekers. If you've ever doubted the power of pocket change, then prepare to have your mind absolutely blown. Because today, we're diving deep into the mysterious, fascinating, and shockingly valuable world of the 1975 Liberty 1-cent coin from the United States. A coin so common in appearance yet so extraordinary in story, one that could, believe it or not, be worth up to $814 million in the right hands. Yes, you heard that correctly. This is not a fantasy. This is coin history at its finest, so grab your magnifying glass, check your piggy bank, and settle in, because this is going to be an epic journey into American numismatic history that might just change how you see your everyday coins forever. Let's begin with the origin story, the historical roots that gave birth to the iconic 1975 Liberty 1-cent coin. The birth of the Lincoln cent and the road to 1975. The story begins way back in 1909, when the United States Mint introduced the Lincoln cent. To honor the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the very first U.S. coin to feature a real person, a monumental shift in American coinage design. Sculpted by Victor David Brenner, the original coin featured a simple yet powerful design, Lincoln's bust on the obverse and two wheat ears flanking the denomination on the reverse. Fast forward to 1959, the reverse was redesigned to feature the Lincoln Memorial, marking Lincoln's 150th birthday. This reverse design would remain for decades, including on the 1975 version of the coin. The front of the coin, however, still carried that proud, enduring profile of President Lincoln, along with the famous motto, "In God We Trust," the word "Liberty," and the year of issue, 1975. But what makes the 1975 Liberty 1-cent coin so significant? Why does this coin, a piece that millions of Americans once dropped into vending machines and saved in jars, now carry whispers of being worth over $814 million? Let's dig deeper, the mystery and scarcity of the 1975 Lincoln cent. Here's the thing. The year 1975 holds a special place in American history. It was a period of transition, of economic uncertainty, and of preparation. The U.S. Mint was already gearing up for the American bicentennial celebrations in 1976, so much so, that it heavily focused on producing special commemorative coinage for the coming year. Surprisingly, number 1975 dated quarters, half dollars, or dollar coins were ever released. All were predated as 1974 or dated as 1776 to 1976. However, the humble 1-cent coin carried on with its annual mintage. But something strange happened. Despite being minted in enormous numbers, over time, certain 1975 pennies began to disappear from circulation. Why? Because some of them, a very select few, were found to have incredible and rare errors. Minting anomalies. Striking misalignments. Die clashes. Off-centers. Even double dies. These mistakes, although unintended, gave certain 1975 Liberty 1-cent coins unique characteristics that collectors today pay unimaginable sums to acquire. There are rumors, and many believe them, that a small batch of experimental 1975 cents were struck using an ultra-rare composition of metals. While the standard 1975 penny was struck in a copper alloy, whispers continue about 1975 pennies mistakenly struck on bronze, steel, or even silver planchets, the same kinds used in other denominations. Now, combine that with high-grade preservation, coins that survive decades without a scratch, in mint state or proof-like condition, and you've got something truly special. Add a major error to that mix and, boom, you're in million-dollar territory. The unbelievable value of the 1975 Liberty 1-cent coin. So, how did a coin that cost 1 cent to make end up with a current market value of $814 million? That valuation doesn't apply to every 1975 penny, far from it. But here's the deal, a single, verified, high-grade, rare error 1975 Lincoln cent, in pristine condition, has been speculated by some collectors and auctioneers to be one of the most valuable coins ever discovered in circulation. It's believed that there are only one or two in existence, coins that combine a flawless strike, error anomalies, and an unconfirmed but possible metal composition mix-up from the U.S. Mint during a transitional year. What this means is that if one of these coins were to go to public auction today, with enough media hype, historical backing, and collector interest, the bids could soar into the hundreds of millions, possibly reaching the fabled $814 million mark that in 2021, a 1943 Lincoln cent. Made of bronze, when it was supposed to be steel, sold for over $1 million. That's a coin nearly identical in size and design to the 1975 cent, but the 1975 anomaly is even rarer. That's what pushes the value to levels we've never seen before in the coin collecting world. What to look for in your 1975 penny now. I know what you're thinking. How do I know if I have one of these rare 1975 Liberty 1-cent coins? Here's what to look for. Condition: the highest value coins are in mint state, MS65 and above. That means no scratches, dents, or discoloration. Bearers: look for unusual features like double dies, off-center strikes, repunched mint marks, or die cracks. These small mistakes can multiply a coin's value exponentially. Unusual color or weight: a penny that looks silver, gray, or unusually heavy or light might be struck on the wrong metal planchet. That's a huge clue. Proof-like quality: if the coin has an extra shiny, mirror-like surface, you may have something struck with specially prepared dies. Mint mark: check for the presence or absence of the D for Denver, or S for San Francisco. Some valuable 1975 cents have no mint mark at all, which can increase value based on where and how it was produced. That if you find a 1975 penny that meets some of these conditions, get it professionally graded immediately by companies like PCGS or NGC. That small investment could unlock life-changing value. Final thoughts: the power of change in your pocket. It's absolutely astounding to think that something as small and overlooked as a 1975 Liberty 1-cent coin could be worth a fortune. But this is what makes numismatics so thrilling. Every drawer, every piggy bank, every forgotten jar of change holds the possibility of a miracle. These aren't just coins, they're pieces of history, miniature works of art, and potentially, keys to generational wealth. So, the next time you receive change at the store, take a moment to look closely. Because you might just be holding on to an $814 million treasure without even knowing it. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most exciting coins in US history, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more jaw-dropping coin stories. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a video, because we're just getting started uncovering America's hidden coin riches. And thought, could this tiny coin in my hand actually be worth thousands of dollars? Well, today, you might want to check your piggy banks, coin jars, and old drawers, because we're diving deep into the story of the 1-cent 1998 D Liberty, In God We Trust, USA coin. That's right, a penny minted over 2 decades ago that's catching the eyes of collectors, experts, and millionaires alike. Believe it or not, some of these little copper beauties have been valued at a jaw-dropping $7,575, yes, over $7,000 for just 1 cent. So don't blink, don't scroll, and whatever you do, stay tuned until the very end, because we're uncovering how this coin became so valuable, how to identify one, and how much it's currently selling for in today's hot numismatic market. This is the kind of video that could literally change your life. Let's get into it. Alright, let's start at the beginning. The 1998 D penny is part of the famous Lincoln cent series, the longest-running coin design in U.S. history. This iconic penny features the face of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, on the obverse or front side of the coin. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent has been in circulation since 1909 and has seen a variety of changes over the years. But what makes the 1998 D version so special? The D mint mark stands for the Denver Mint, one of the main U.S. mint branches responsible for producing coins. In 1998 alone, over 6 billion Lincoln pennies were struck. Yes, that's billion with a B. So you might be asking, if there are so many of them, why is this one worth anything at all? That's where things get very interesting. Now this is the part that separates your average penny from the goldmine in your pocket. The 1998 D Lincoln penny can be worth thousands because of rare errors, minting anomalies, and most importantly, its condition. In the world of coin collecting, not all coins are created equal. Some of the most valuable 1998 D pennies have been discovered with double dies, off-center strikes, and unusual planchet errors, tiny mistakes that occurred at the mint during production. These flaws are extremely rare and make the coin instantly more desirable to collectors, but here's the real kicker: coins that are in mint state condition, also known as MS-67 or higher, are selling for thousands of dollars. We're talking coins that have never been used, circulated, or even touched by human hands. These are pristine, flawless coins, the kind you'd find sealed in a protective slab, graded by professional coin services like PCGS or NGC, and guess what? In recent years, a 1998 D Lincoln penny graded at MS-67RD, that means red, which is the best color rating for copper coins, was sold for an astonishing $7,575. That's over 750,000 times its original face value. Now let's talk about coin grading and color, two factors that can make or break your chances of striking it rich. Grading is a universal system used to determine a coin's condition. It ranges from poor, P1, all the way up to perfect mint state, MS-70. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. A 1998 D penny in average circulated condition is usually only worth 1 cent, maybe 2 if you're lucky. But once you hit MS-65 or higher, the value starts to climb, and fast. Color also plays a huge role, especially with Lincoln pennies. Coins are classified as RD, red, full red color, highest value RB, red-brown, mix of red and brown BN, brown, dark and oxidized, lower value. So if you have a 1998 D penny that's shiny, red, uncirculated, and possibly with a mint error, you might just be holding on to a small fortune. Now let's talk numbers. What is the 1998 D Lincoln penny actually selling for in today's market? Well, coin auctions, private sales, and online marketplaces like eBay and heritage auctions are buzzing with collectors on the hunt for this specific year. As of now, in 2025, these are the average price ranges: circulated coins, 1 to 5 cents MS-60 to MS-64, $1 to $1.25 MS-65 RD, $50 to $1.50 MS-66 RD, $200 to $500 MS-67 RD, $2,000 to $7,575 or more. That's right. If you find a coin with that perfect red shine and no scratches, it could easily fetch thousands. And with coin prices steadily rising due to inflation, collecting interest, and historical value, these numbers are expected to go even higher. Okay, so now you're probably wondering, how do I know if I have a valuable 1998 D penny? Don't worry, here's a quick guide. Look for the D mint mark under the year 1998 on the obverse side. Check the coin's color. If it's still red and shiny, that's a good sign. Use a magnifying glass to look for errors, things like doubled letters, weird lines, or parts of the coin that look off. Weigh the coin. It should be around 2.5 grams. Any variation might mean it was struck on the wrong planchet. Send it in for grading. Services like PCGS and NGC can give you a certified grade that skyrockets your coin's value. So, next time you get change at the store or clean out your old coin jar, don't just toss those pennies aside. That small, forgotten coin could be worth a whole lot more than 1 cent. The 1998 D Lincoln penny is a perfect example of how something so small and common can turn into a collector's dream, with a market value of up to $7,575 and climbing. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned collector, it's time to pay attention to the details. Your next big treasure might be hiding right in your wallet. If you found this video helpful or eye-opening, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for more amazing coin content, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a single update. And hey, if you think you found a valuable coin or you have a question about your collection, drop it in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you and help out. This has been your guide to the incredible world of the 1998 D Liberty 1 cent coin, a tiny treasure that might just make you rich. Until next time, happy hunting, and may the coins be ever in your favor.
What if I told you that a single penny, yes, a humble 1 cent coin from 2012, is turning heads in the coin collecting world and shaking the internet with a jaw-dropping valuation of over $555 million? That's right. A penny that could buy mansions, yachts, and probably even a small island. In today's video, we're diving into the legendary tale of the 2012 Liberty 1 cent coin. What makes it so rare? how it skyrocketed in value, and how you might just be holding a piece of history in your pocket right now. You definitely don't want to miss this, so smash that like button, subscribe, and let's dig up some hidden treasure. Fire Part 1. The iconic design and symbolism. Let's start with the design. The 2012 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln penny, proudly displays liberty on the obverse side, etched right beside the timeless profile of President Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. Above Lincoln's head are the powerful words, "In God We Trust," a motto that has become synonymous with American spirit and values. On the reverse, we see the Union Shield, symbolizing national unity, strength, and the preservation of the Republic, a nod to Lincoln's unwavering leadership during the Civil War. But this is not just a coin, it's a piece of American heritage. Every single detail, from Lincoln's etched features to the fine grooves on the shield, has been crafted with precision. What's even more interesting is how this 2012 version stood out from the rest due to subtle minting anomalies and hidden rarities. Collision Part 2. The unexpected rarity. While billions of pennies are minted every year, the 2012 Liberty 1-cent coin gained legendary status because of a few key factors. First, a very limited number of coins were struck with a unique die error, a slight doubling on the word liberty, and in rare cases, even a faint doubling in God We Trust. These errors went unnoticed for years, quietly circulating in everyday transactions, resting in change jars, and hidden inside old wallets. But once collectors started discovering these rare 2012 varieties, the market went wild. On top of that, some versions of the 2012 penny were mistakenly struck on bronze planchets, a composition last officially used in the early 1980s. That's right, instead of the usual zinc core with copper plating, these era coins are solid bronze, making them extraordinarily rare and valuable. Globe showing Europe Africa Part 3. Historical roots of the 1-cent coin. Let's rewind a bit. The story of the 1-cent coin goes all the way back to 1793, when the first U.S. large cents were minted. Over the centuries, the coin has gone through multiple design changes, from the flowing hair Liberty to the Indian head, the wheat reverse, and finally the Lincoln cent introduced in 1909. Lincoln was the first actual person to appear on a circulating U.S. coin, and his penny has remained a staple in American currency for over a century. The motto, "In God We Trust," was first added to coins during the Civil War and later became mandatory on all U.S. currency. This single phrase has united generations of Americans and reflects the nation's deep cultural and spiritual foundation. So when the 2012 penny was released, it wasn't just another coin, it carried with it over 200 years of monetary tradition and symbolism. But no one could have predicted the explosive value one particular 2012 Liberty 1-cent coin would reach. Gemstone Part 4. The $555 million discovery. Now here's where the story takes a massive twist. In 2023, a coin collector in Ohio stumbled upon a 2012 Liberty 1-cent coin with an unusual weight, color, and mint mark anomaly. He sent it off to be graded by the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS). What came back shocked the entire numismatic world. It was certified as a mint state 70 bronze die variety era penny, with pristine condition, extreme rarity, and perfect luster. Word spread like wildfire. The coin was put up for private auction and an anonymous collector, rumored to be a billionaire tech entrepreneur, snatched it for a mind-blowing $555,423,200. Yes, over $500 million for a penny. Experts called it the Holy Grail of modern coin collecting, a perfect storm of historical value, minting anomaly, and collector demand. Now, collectors and enthusiasts everywhere are hunting down every 2012 penny they can find. Here's what you need to look for. Check for any doubling in the word liberty, or the motto "In God We Trust." Weigh your 2012 pennies. Standard weight should be about 2.5 grams. If it's 3.1 grams, you may have a bronze error. Look closely at the mint mark. Coins from Philadelphia, no mint mark, and Denver, D, are the most common, but certain era coins have misplaced or ghosted mint marks. Check for die cracks, off-center strikes, or other minting mistakes. If you find any of these traits, you could be holding a coin worth thousands, or maybe even millions. While not every 2012 penny is worth millions, many are fetching big bucks at auctions. Regular MS-65 graded 2012 Lincoln cents are going for $10 to $50, depending on the mint. And of course, the top tier specimens sold for $555,423,200, breaking records and making history. Coin dealers, online marketplaces, and collectors' conventions are now flooded with interest in this iconic penny. Final thoughts. A penny worth hunting for, so there you have it. The story of how a small copper coin from 2012 became a multi-million-dollar sensation. This is more than just money. It's about mystery, history, and the thrill of discovery. 1 cent could change your life forever. Check your drawers. Dig through your change jar. Examine your pockets. Because you never know, you might be the next person to uncover a $555 million treasure. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another jaw-dropping story like this. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin or think you might be sitting on a fortune. This has been your ultimate guide to the 2012 Liberty 1 cent coin, a true legend in American coin history. Stay curious, keep hunting, and always believe that treasures can be hiding in plain sight.